Find other great podcasts like this one at Podmoth.network.
In a world filled with mysteries, where the unknown lurks in the shadows, two intrepid hosts dare to uncover the truth. Join Glenn and Oma on a journey into the realm of Caffeinated Conspiracies, now a part of the Podmoth Network.
Hey, I'm Glenn.
And I'm Oma.
Together, we explore the unexplained, from ancient legends to modern-day enigmas.
Join us as we delve into the depths of conspiracy theories, paranormal phenomena, and everything in between.
With a blend of curiosity, laughter, and a dash of caffeine, they'll take you on a wild ride through the mysteries of the universe.
So grab your favorite brew, sit back, and let's uncover the truth together.
Because truth, like coffee, is best served bold.
Caffeinated Conspiracies. Get ready to awaken your mind.
Love a good mystery that leaves you wanting more? Check out my podcast. Hi, I'm Kadra, the host of Perplexity, a mystery podcast. I tell tales every single week that have left me perplexed. You'll hear true crime cases, mysterious disappearances, learn about cults, hear baffling sightings of cryptids, chilling paranormal encounters, and even dark and weird history. I release new episodes every Wednesday, and you can listen anywhere podcasts are available. I'm also on Patreon, and you can even watch me on YouTube. Perplexity, a mystery podcast. Stories that will leave you perplexed.
Welcome to the Brutal, Bizarre, and Boozy podcast. I'm Deklan, the son.
And I'm Jane, the mom. This is the podcast where we talk about brutal crimes, bizarre occurrences, and get you drunk with cocktails themed around one of our stories. To lighten things up, we'd like to end our time with a chaser. Please keep in mind some of our stories might be upsetting to young or sensitive ears.
We love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to contact us by email or social media. You can find our contact info in the show notes for this episode. If you'd like to support us through Patreon, you can find us there at Brutal, Bizarre, and Boozy podcast, or use the link in our show notes.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us once again for another episode of Brutal, Bizarre, and Boozy. How are you today, Mom?
I'm doing great, Declan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this cocktail. I think it's almost looks the same as last week's, but I think this will be much better.
It's similar, but I think it's got better ingredients.
Yes. What story do you have for us today?
I'm going to be telling you about another heist. My favorite thing in the whole wide world is heists, you know?
We do love our heists over here.
Yes. This one's out of Boston. What story do you have for us?
I have the 2016 Citronelle Murders.
Oh, I don't.
Yes. And to go with that, I have the Oh My Dear cocktail. To make this, you need 50 milliliters of Hendrick's gin, or any kind of gin, I guess. Doesn't really have to be Hendrick's.
I use
20
Beefeater.
milliliters of Aperol. 3 fruits strawberry. This is what the thing says. 3 strawberries.
It's so weird that it says 3 fruits.
I know. 3 fruits strawberry. 2 sprigs of basil. 30 milliliters of lemon juice and 30 milliliters of simple syrup. Muddle the strawberry and basil in a shaker. Add all ingredients. Add tube ice. The fuck is tube ice? Add ice. Shake. Line the Deer Dome glass with a cucumber slice and fill with ice. Double strain the liquid into the Deer Dome glass. Garnish with strawberry and cucumber slice. We don't have a Deer Dome glass.
No.
So we're drinking out of normal glasses today.
Normal glasses, normal cocktail glasses.
Yes.
Like normal
Like
people.
normal people.
Yes.
Okay, let's give it a try.
All right. I can smell the strawberry.
That is
good. Delicious.
I was a little worried about the gin, but the gin, like with the basil, tastes really good together.
Oh
Like, it's
my.
Do you find any favorite drink?
This is amazing.
It's fucking delicious.
Oh,
That's a perfect like pool drink. Like
for
you sit in the
sure.
pool all day and you drink that.
Okay, this might be making it to the 4th of July party.
It's pretty fucking tasty. Especially for gin. I wonder how it'd be with whiskey in it. I think the
we
whiskey
gotta try it with whiskey.
I think it might distract from the rest of the
I don't
flavors.
know.
But wow, that you guys need
I
to
think
make
we
that.
need
That's
to-
pretty fucking tasty.
If we did it with whiskey, would we still put the Aperol in?
I don't think so. We'd have to find some other, because the Aperol gives it the color. Other than the strawberries, there's nothing else in there that's red. But wow, that's tasty.
That is amazing. I was a little worried because, well, our experience with Campari was not great and is never great. And Aperol is really similar in flavor to Campari, not
It's
as
harsh,
bitter.
though.
Is right. It's not as harsh. It's not as bitter. But oh, damn, that is a really good drink.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to not drink it all while you're telling your story so that I don't slur my entire story. Woo. Tasty.
Okay. So let's talk about Derrick Ryan Dearman, which is why I picked the cocktail, because his name is Dearman.
Okay. Dearman. Cool.
Derrick and Lynetta Lester had a fairly volatile relationship, plagued by domestic violence, fights, and plenty of police calls. Derrick and Lynetta had gotten into an argument on the evening of August 19th, 2016, while staying at Lynetta's brother's house, house of Joseph Turner. During the dispute, Derrick was told to leave the property and to come back tomorrow after he'd calmed down. Derrick left the house and everyone eventually went to bed for the night. At around 1 a.m., a call was made to police about Derrick being on the property. However, when police searched the property, they did not find any evidence of him being there. So, several hours later, Derrick returned to the property very early in the morning. While approaching the house, Derrick picked up an axe that was laying in the front yard of the home.
No, that's never good.
He proceeded to break into the house through a sliding glass door on the first floor. As Derrick made his way into the house, he noticed Robert Brown, who was a family friend, I believe. He was asleep on a recliner in the living room. He attacked Robert with the axe and struck him multiple times in the head. Lynetta was asleep on an air mattress in the living room and was not woken up.
She didn't wake up when the dude is getting hatcheted to death?
No.
Wow. She a good sleeper.
Derrick then proceeded into the bedroom where Joseph and his wife, Shannon, were asleep with their 3-month-old infant son.
No.
Derrick proceeded to strike Joseph multiple times in the head with the axe. Shannon woke up from the commotion, and when Derrick noticed, he also struck her in the head multiple times. Derrick left the infant there and proceeded to check on the other rooms in the house. So luckily, he didn't touch the kid.
That's nice. Thanks. Maybe next time don't murder its parents.
He entered the bedroom of Chelsea Reed, who was pregnant at the time, and she was with Justin Reed, who was also in the bedroom. Derrick proceeded to strike Chelsea multiple times with the axe before waking Justin. When Justin realized what had happened, Derrick focused his attention to Justin. Justin reached for a gun that he had nearby, a little pistol.
Oh.
Derrick struck him with the axe, and a struggle for the gun broke out. Derrick struck Justin a few more times and wrestled the gun away from him. At this point, Robert, Justin, and Chelsea were severely injured, being hit in the head by an axe, but were still alive.
Oh, they were still alive?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Lynetta was the only one who hadn't been attacked yet. And the child, I should say. But
okay.
Derrick took the pistol from Justin and shot Justin and Chelsea in the head before returning to the bedroom where Joseph and Shannon slept. He shot Joseph and Shannon in the back of the head as Shannon held their infant.
I hate this guy.
Yeah. So Lynetta had woken up at this point and saw a bloody Derrick in the living room, armed with an axe and a gun. Derrick forced her up and told her to grab the infant. He rummaged through the house until he found the keys to Chelsea's car and forced Lynetta and the infant into the car. Derrick proceeded to drive them 30 miles west to his father's house in Leakesville, Mississippi, where he held them hostage. There are reports of Derrick holding them for a ransom, but I couldn't really find much information on it, so I don't know if that's accurate.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, after holding them hostage for hours, they were released by Derrick. There's also reports that they escaped, and then he held them for
and then they got out
a couple hours, and then they escaped. Lynetta immediately went to the police and reported what happened at the residence, and a bolo was released for Derrick. Several hours later, after much convincing from his father, Derrick surrendered himself to Leakesville PD. At the time, the killings were described as the most gruesome murders ever seen in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
Mississippi quickly extradited him to Alabama to pay for his crimes. When asked why he did what he did, he claimed that he was high on meth at the time of the killings and that he had no idea what he had done. Wow. He described the victims as friends and said that he had deep regrets for his actions. On August 31st, 2016, Derrick was charged with 6 counts of murder, with one being Chelsea's unborn child and 2 counts of kidnapping.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Derrick pled not guilty to all charges. A few weeks after the murder, the house where the crimes took place at burned down. And I'm not sure if it was still a crime scene at the time.
Oh.
Yes,
So
I couldn't find any information
potentially
if they were still investigating it. I just saw that a couple weeks later the house had burnt down. You'd assume after a couple weeks they'd be able to do most of the stuff
they get all
they
the
need,
processing done. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. But still there could be evidence there that they didn't see or something.
Yeah.
But
did
Derrick
they
was,
discuss how the house burned down? Like,
I did not see that. I just
set it on fire to get rid of evidence?
I didn't see anything that suggested that. I just saw that it had burned down and there might have been. I'm not positive, though. Derrick was ordered to submit a psych eval to determine 3 things: if he was competent to stand trial, his mental capacity at the time of the crimes, and his IQ. In September of 2018, Derrick pled guilty to 5 counts of capital murder shortly after firing his state-appointed legal counsel. And the judge found him mentally fit to stand trial based on his psych reports.
Okay.
This meant that he was subject to a trial with the possibility of a death sentence, since these were technically capital murder. He entered the house, and since he had kidnapped, they're like, oh, this is burglary and kidnapping and murder, so they all turned capital murder. On October 12, 2018, Derrick was found guilty on 6 counts of capital murder and 2 counts of kidnapping by a jury of his peers, who also approved his death sentence. Derrick Dearman was executed on October 17, 2014 via lethal injection. His final meal consisted of a seafood platter from a local restaurant that contained fried catfish, fried shrimp, boiled shrimp, fried oysters, onion rings, and a deviled crab, which I had never heard of. I need to look up a deviled crab. I was going to do that. I like deviled eggs. So
when did the crimes occur again?
2016.
When did the murders? And when was he executed?
2024.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like a deviled crab is just a crab, essentially a crab cake that's put back into the shell.
Okay. So like a deviled egg, you scoop the
seafood
yolk
dish
out
of seasoned crab meat, often mixed with breadcrumbs, mayonnaise, and spices, or hot sauce, then baked in crab shells or ramekins and tofu and brown. Sounds good.
If you
Looks
like
weird
crab.
because you're eating it out of the head of the crab. But
Yeah, the crab. Ugh.
Interesting.
That was eeks.
Yeah, and the fact that he killed them all with the axe and then shot them too is,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I guess moral of the story, don't leave weapons in your property, like outside of your property. If someone's going to break in, they'll probably use it on you.
Right. But I mean, you got to have an axe to chop wood if you've got
Put
a
it in the
fireplace.
garage. You picked it out of the
that's
front
true.
yard.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if you didn't use it on the people, you'd still have a way to get in the house now because you just break a window with that axe.
Yeah. I was
It
wondering,
didn't
you
sound
said
like
you said he broke in through the sliding glass door. I was wondering, like, did he just break the glass and walk through the door, or did he like jimmy the door and then slide it open?
He probably jimmied it open because I feel like breaking a sliding glass door would wake everyone in the house up.
It is a lot of noise. True.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're trying to be stealthy about it, but at the same time, you're like, I'm going to go in and kill some people with an axe. I mean, do you really care if there's a lot of noise?
Yeah, true. And if
I don't know.
Well, I guess he didn't know he was going to have the gun. He got it off the guy. So
True. He might not have known there was a firearm there.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Super, super sad story. And
Yeah.
I saw like when he was getting ready to be executed that a lot of people were upset about that because they thought he was like mentally not competent to stand trial or so. There's a lot of controversy in his execution.
If his IQ was really low, then there would be a decent argument for not understanding, but
not understanding that you shouldn't kill people with an axe. That seems pretty.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I think someone with a IQ of 10 could probably figure that out.
I don't know. That's a good question. It's more about the like really understanding the consequences, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it.
I'm trying to figure out what is the lowest IQ in history.
Oh.
Google won't tell me.
No. Because it's Google. Google doesn't know.
Theoretically, the limit is 0 for people who are brain dead or in a vegetative state. Yeah, that means their brain doesn't function at all.
That's not the same.
Okay, let's hear about your heist.
Are you ready?
Story.
The heist?
Yes.
Okay. The early morning hours of March 18th, 1990 should have been uneventful at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. Instead, they became the beginning of what is still considered the largest unsolved art theft in history. More than 3 decades later, 13 priests... Ooh, I'm going to start that over. More than 3 decades later, 13 priceless works of art remain missing. No one has been charged with a crime, and investigators continue to chase leads that stretch from Boston organized crime figures to international black market art dealers. Let's start first with the founder of the museum, Isabella Stewart Gardner. She was born in New York City on April 14th, 1840, into a wealthy family. As a teenager, she attended school in Paris, where she met Julia Gardner Coolidge. Through that friendship, she was introduced to Julia's brother, John Lowell Jack Gardner. The two married in 1860 and settled in Boston. After the tragic death of their only child, the Gardners traveled extensively throughout Europe and Asia. During those travels, Isabella developed a passion for art collecting. that would define the rest of her life. Over decades, she assembled an extraordinary collection of paintings, sculptures, rare books, decorative arts, and historical artifacts. Determined to preserve the collection exactly as she envisioned it, she built a Venetian-style museum in Boston's Fenway neighborhood. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum opened to the public in 1903. Gardner died in 1924, but her will stipulated that the museum's collection should remain arranged exactly as she had left it. So she put everything there. Every piece was to remain in the original placement. Nothing was supposed to be touched, moved. Didn't matter what happened in the future. She said, I'm going to leave some money and you're going to leave everything as is if you want this money. For decades, visitors wandered through galleries filled with masterpieces by artists, including Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, and Manet. Few could have imagined that one night would leave empty frames hanging on the walls for decades. The night of the theft began during the city's annual St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Boston was crowded, police resources were stretched, and the museum was operating with a relatively small overnight security staff. Two security guards were on duty, Rick Abath and Randy Hested. Shortly after 1:20 a.m., two men arrived at the museum's employee entrance. They were dressed as Boston police officers and claimed they were responding to a disturbance call. Museum policy prohibited guards from allowing anyone inside after hours. However, Rick Abath opened the door. The men entered, and within a few minutes, it became evident they were not really police officers. One of the imposters told Abath that he recognized him and he believed there was a warrant out for his arrest. The fake police officer instructed Abath to step away from the desk, which, incidentally, the desk was where they had a panic alarm button that would alert police officers in the event of a problem, but because he stepped away from the desk, he couldn't call for help.
Where did this take place at again? What did you say?
Boston.
Okay. Police in America ever tell you they have a warrant for you? Ask to see the warrant first.
Yeah. So within a few moments, both guards were handcuffed and taken to the museum basement. Their wrists and ankles were wrapped with duct tape, and they were left unable to call for help. The thieves now had complete control of the museum. For the next 81 minutes, they moved through the galleries, selecting artworks. The choices they made would later puzzle investigators. Some of the most valuable pieces in the museum were ignored entirely. Instead, the thieves appeared to target specific works while leaving others untouched. Several paintings were cut directly from their frames, a process that damaged both the canvases and the historical frames themselves. When the thieves finally departed, 13 objects were missing. Among them was Johannes Vermeer's masterpiece, The Concert, one of only a few dozen Vermeer paintings known to exist. They also stole Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, the artist's only known seascape, along with A Lady and Gentleman in Black and a small self-portrait etching. Apparently, they tried to take another one of Rembrandt's, but they took it off the wall and left it. And the thought was that it was painted on wood, so they couldn't cut it out.
Roll it up.
Yes.
I'm looking at this sea painting, the Sea of Galilee. It looks fucking awesome. It's a cool painting.
Well, who knows if it still exists. We'll find out. Or we won't. 5 sketches by Edgar Degas disappeared. A painting by Edouard Manet titled Chez Tortoni was taken. The thieves also removed a Chinese bronze beaker, a Napoleonic eagle finial, and a work once believed to be Govert Flink. Although I believe it was Flink and they It was originally believed to be another, like Vermeer or Rembrandt, and then they finally attributed it to Flink. But regardless, it was gone too. By the time employees arrived the next morning, the robbers had vanished without a trace. The FBI quickly became involved. Investigators soon realized they were facing a crime unlike almost any other. Ordinary stolen property can often be sold for profit. These paintings could not, because they were internationally famous. You can't just steal the Mona Lisa and then sell it on eBay.
Gotta have a good fence.
Right. Any attempt to display or auction them would immediately attract attention. As a result, investigators believe the artwork had likely been stolen as criminal currency, valuable enough to use in negotiations between organized crime groups, but too recognizable to sell openly. Professional art thieves usually target works they can quickly move through criminal markets. The Gardner robbers selected pieces that would almost be impossible to sell openly. Some of their choices appeared highly informed, suggesting knowledge of art history and value, while other selections seemed almost random. For example, they ignored several masterpieces worth enormous sums of money while taking objects of comparatively modest value, like the Napoleonic eagle finial and the Chinese like beaker urn thing. Those were not as expensive as other items. The estimated value of the missing art has grown over the years and is now frequently cited as exceeding $500 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a little tiny couple of pennies there. One of the earliest questions centered on how the thieves knew about the museum to execute the robbery. Attention soon turned toward security guard Rick Abbott. Of course. I mean, something like that, you're screaming insider job.
If I was a security guard, you'd get your buddies to come and tie you up and leave you in the storage room.
Yep. Investigators examined whether he had intentionally allowed the men inside or had simply made a catastrophic mistake. Abbott consistently denied involvement. Although some observers pointed to suspicious actions on the night of the theft, no evidence has ever been produced linking him directly to the robbery, and he has never been charged with any crime related to the case. As investigators dug deeper, they increasingly focused on Boston's criminal underworld. Over the years, investigators examined numerous organized crime figures, including a famous art thief, but everyone they questioned denied any involvement. Even when suspects were arrested on other charges and given an option to reduce their sentence by providing details regarding the Gardner heist, they continued to deny knowledge of the theft. So they were arrested for something else, and they go, hey, we think you had something to do with this art heist. If you tell us about it, this other thing that you're going away for 10 years on, we'll cut it down to 5 or whatever. And they were still like, I don't know what you're talking about. I had no knowledge of it.
Wow.
None were ever charged with the Gardner theft, and several competing theories remain under debate. In 2013, the FBI announced that investigators believed they had identified the individuals responsible for the theft. Officials stated that the robbers were believed to be members of a New England-based criminal organization. However, the FBI declined to publicly identify the suspects and did not file charges, which created a lot of questions.
Yeah.
If investigators knew who committed the crime, why were they not making any arrests? Officials explained that they didn't have sufficient evidence that would allow for a full prosecution. And by that point, many of the individuals connected to the investigation had died, including the 2 suspects that they believed were responsible. So they were like, we think it's these guys, but we can't prosecute them, so we're not even going to name them because they're dead. And yeah. And they actually thought that Whitey Bulger might have had something to do with this. but they basically ruled him out. So we talked about him a long time ago, many episodes ago, but they basically ruled him out. So now the primary focus had shifted toward recovering the artwork rather than obtaining convictions. The missing paintings themselves remained the greatest mystery. Numerous theories emerged over the years. Some investigators believe the artwork remained hidden somewhere in New England, passing secretly between members of organized crime groups. Others believe the paintings had been transported overseas and traded through international criminal networks. A darker possibility suggested that the art had been destroyed. Because the paintings were cut from their frames and likely stored in uncontrolled environments, some experts worried they may have suffered severe damage. If criminals realized the art could never be safely sold or exchanged, it's possible that some pieces were discarded or destroyed intentionally. Yet, many investigators remain optimistic, believing at least some of the pieces are still in existence somewhere. The theft has generated two competing theories. One theory argues that the robbers were experienced criminals following instructions from someone who specifically requested certain artwork. The other suggests they were local thieves who recognized a few famous names but lacked a complete understanding of what they were stealing. Even after decades of investigation, neither explanation has been conclusively proven. The museum has maintained empty frames in the galleries where the paintings once hung. Visitors can still stand before those vacant spaces today. The empty frames serve both as a memorial and as a reminder that the search continues. Remember, Isabella Gardner said, "You're not allowed to change anything." So they got to just put the empty frames back on the wall. The case has inspired books, documentaries, podcasts, television series, and countless amateur investigations. Over the years, the reward for information leading to the recovery of the artwork has grown dramatically. The museum now offers a reward of up to $10 million for information resulting in the safe return of the stolen pieces.
I bet you that shit's sitting in like some cartel boss's living room right now.
It could. It could, but it could have also there were one of the potential suspects had like a shed that underneath the shed had flooded, and a family member of his reported that he was really upset because of the flooding underneath the shed, and was saying, "Oh, I bet you he had the stuff stored under there and it was damaged." But there is zero evidence to show that he was even involved in it. So,
okay.
Yeah. It's one of those, there's a million theories and a bunch of suspects and everybody just going, "I don't know."
Wow. I love heist stuff like that where they never find it.
Me too. Well, I want them to find it. I want them to, but I honestly want the thief to get away with it.
What I want is like, oh, my grandpa died. He had this painting. I'm going to try and sell it and like on pawn shop. And then
right.
Like, this is the missing Rembrandt painting.
Right.
And it's like, oh
yeah.
shit. My grandpa had a stolen piece of artwork.
Whoops.
Priceless amount of money, probably.
Right. I mean, I didn't have any grandparents with like fancy artwork, but that would have been cool to be like, "Oh yeah, that's grandpa's famous painting that he got from 50 years ago." And then you find out that it was stolen.
Yeah. Well, do you have a chaser for us?
I do have a chaser. It is
Not
a
that this
watch
drink
recommendation.
needs a chaser, though.
I know the chaser
is the chaser.
The drink for sure. My chaser is a watch recommendation for a show on Prime called Wolf Like Me. It's got Isabella Fisher and Josh Gad in it. And I mean, no big, a little bit of a spoiler, but she is a werewolf.
Okay.
And she's trying to navigate life and dating with the fact that she is also trying to hide the fact that she is a werewolf.
Okay. Sounds
While not
interesting.
eating the people that are closest to her.
Oh no, it's a full moon. I gotta go. This date's
Yep.
lasting too long.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Sounds funny.
It's a cute little show. Yeah.
Nice.
It's not like gross or gory or anything like that. It's really more about like the turmoil that she goes through of like, oh my God, they're on a date and she realizes what time it is and then just runs away from him. And he's left sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? Because she just runs away.
That's funny.
Yeah. What's your chaser today besides the cocktail? Because you can't use the cocktail as a chaser because you brought the cocktail.
My chaser is a watch recommendation for the movie The Green Book on Netflix. It's like not a documentary. What do they call it? Biopic?
Okay.
Like where it's based on real people, but it's about this classical pianist named Doc Shirley, who was famous in like the 60s, I want to say. And he deliberately decided to go on a tour through the Deep South, being a black musician. And he hires this local, like, not handyman, but like for the mob, if that makes any sense. Like, he's a guy from New York who's kind of like affiliated in the mob and gets shit done his way. And he hires him to basically escort him through the South.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's a nice, heartwarming little movie. Like the musician is uptight, and the guy he hires is the opposite, and so he kind of it's interesting.
And
it's
this
cool
is a true story.
Yeah, and at the end of the movie, they show the pictures of the real guys, and they're like, they were friends until they died, just months apart from each other.
Wow,
so it's a cool little.
That is
it's
cool.
very heartwarming, and there's some funny parts in it and some serious parts. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I think that brings us to the end of today's episode, though.
It does. Thanks for listening, everybody. And if you've hung on this long and are still listening, please go send us a little review or an email or just reach out to us and say, hey, because we love hearing from anyone who is listening and wants to shout out or wave or.
Yeah, if you want us to read your Apple review, go ahead and leave us an Apple review and we'll read it out on our podcast and give you a little shout out.
For sure.
But thanks for listening, everybody. Love you, Mom.
Love you too, bud. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, friends. Thank you for supporting our podcast. Please share our show with your brutal and bizarre friends. Give us a Boozy follow on your favorite podcast platform. If you're feeling extra generous, we'd appreciate a 5-star rating or review as well. But maybe do that sober so all the letters are in the right place.
You can find all our contact information in the show notes. We love hearing from you, and if you're interested in helping us stock the bar for our future Boozy episodes, you can find our Patreon link in the show notes as well.